just outside of Buffalo, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Allen off the play fake. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the first play of the game.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
56.
Chubb will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And that is caught. Touchdown. J.J. Horner is 11th touchdown lead. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. A good holding these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From way up at the 23. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Jones. Flush to his right. He finds his man complete. It's Barrett. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Throwing Jones. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Throwing on 1st down. Jones. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. You know, their defensive side did that. but he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We got you. Now we got first and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch, and this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go and put in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. You can respond and hit back, and they're trying to do exactly that.
Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Travis Etienne hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On play action, Allen. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big gain there for the Bills. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
And again, it's Allen. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division. And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape. Eluding the pressure right. And that's complete. Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well. Jones now on 1st down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And his throw is incomplete. One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These two teams met down in Miami earlier this year with the Dolphins winning that one. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Buffalo. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. These two teams all tied after one. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on third down. Back to throw. Jones. Flushed out right. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear, but here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. Going for it, here's ETN, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Bills are going to get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Mike 14. Mike 14.
Allen now on first down. Steps away to his left. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A big play there for the Dolphins.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
He'll drop this one off with ETN. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll find ETN out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going.
And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
To try again after the sack. Allen. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. Shifts by him at the 25. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off. I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
A shotgun snap and again to ETN.
And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Back to throw. Jones. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive, as they'll take over with just under a minute left to play. first play of the drive there is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
This pass caught by Hamler. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Mike 10. Mike 10. Mike 10. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy.
Here's Allen on first and 10. And his throw here's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Now that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play there just before halftime. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. George Kittle in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills have taken the lead. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So we've reached halftime here at Orchard Park, where the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw. Jones. He finds his man. Complete. That's Barrett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Jones eluding the pressure right. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Jones. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll run with Etienne. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 7 yards to pick up there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and it passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He'll buy some time right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. On 4th down, Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Or it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bills are going to get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Now on 2nd and 13. Allen escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Drops it off for Chubb. What an effort. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now Allen again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off near the 44. And the Dolphins are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Jones on 1st and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 4-yard line.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. A handoff running left is Etienne. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Travis Etienne with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Dolphins can take the lead with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Mike 14, Mike 14. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen flushed out right. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the 43. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 48-yard line.
Off the play fake. Jones. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now Etienne. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock, in a tight 1-point game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Forced out to his left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Now Allen. And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Allen, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run with Etienne. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the fourth quarter, because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down. And after that, the air just went right out of the balloon. And you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. KJ Hamler returning it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get...
And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Snags it for the pick.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now Jones on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really...
Salute when you see me. That jealousy is an ocean, and you either float or you sink. Moment of truth, credit check. You not a pool. BB King, I'm in love with the blues. Don't start me up, I got finishing moves. Look. Salute when you see me. Slid through all the commotion, it's breaking news, they got an ad on TV. Popping out on them, I'm politicking, probably in a section where you not permitted. My honey's matching my Dodger fitted, playing all go, ain't no stopping in it. Look, salute when you see me, I bought her a CC and that was her purse. Disgusting with do for a purse, disgusting with do for the clout. I'm one of the realest, the realest could vouch. They thought I was done, but all that doubt, you gotta play my next around. Salute when you see me.
Look, I played the game, I missed a shot, I had to answer, then forgot.